All right, welcome everyone. This is a heavily attended meeting. This is our Parks and Waterways special meeting agenda, May 25th, 2023. The time is 1:30 p.m. and we do have just a half an hour scheduled for this, so hopefully we can get through that. I'm calling this meeting to order. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks, Matari, and Duncan. Are there changes to the agenda? Okay. Hearing none, we'll get started with our open space and park development messaging. And Director Snyder, are you going to lead this?
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Nick Snyder, for the record. I think joining us on Zoom is probably, of course, Taryn Hecker, but also Danielle Quaid, who's your bond counsel. I'm not sure if Danielle's on the line, but she may call in. Of course, thank you, Pat, for attending as well. So, Commissioners, you might recall that we've been working on some messaging, and I've had an opportunity to meet with, or at least hear from each one of you about your vision for the bond, and I've done my best, and Taryn, to capture that vision.
Okay, let me hold you right there. Do we have the phone on or no because we have Zoom?
No, because we have Zoom.
Okay, so the phone's listed on here, so I'm going to call from the star phone and see if Danielle's on the star phone.
Very good.
Sorry. Oh, come on, seriously? Why is it not letting me out?
Welcome to your line 1 number. If you are the host, press star now. Please enter your PIN. Thank you. You are the only participant in the conference.
Great. Well, now it's going to give us the lovely thing. Can you call it? Thank you. Oh, hi, who's on the line?
This is Danielle Quaid.
All right, thank you, Danielle. We just got started, and Director Schneider is leading us through this thing. Let me know if you cannot hear. We have you on a special phone.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Commissioners. Welcome, Danielle. Well, Commissioners, again, as you know, we've been working on the messaging. We have what I think is pretty close to what we can start this discussion with, and I'm going to turn it over to Taryn Hecker with Hecker Media. She's going to take us through each of the bits of information before you. And again, today is just an opportunity to look at this at about 10,000 feet and say, yes, this is generally the message we want to get out, or no, we would like you to make some changes here. And once you've had an opportunity to weigh in, what we'll do is take your comments and your thoughts, integrate them into the messaging, add or delete as necessary. Then what I'd like to do is turn that over to Danielle Quaid and to Pat Braden to give it a legal review, legal opinion, make sure that we've met Idaho code and that we're in a good position there. And then ask Danielle to draft the ballot language to also bring back simultaneously, so the final product, if you will, for messaging and the ballot language for board adoption. And then we hope to implement that, of course, at the board's direction. I'm thinking at least first week of July. I hate to get out much later than that, but it'd be a good time, I think, to start introducing this to the public and let them understand it with it being on the ballot in November.
Okay, and I believe that July 5th, we'll try to schedule our business meeting because July 4th is a Tuesday. So I will try to, if that pleases the board, then we'll do that. So that's fine. There's something else. The other thing I want to remind everybody is we are going to have to vote to put this on the ballot in September or late August. Probably late August would be the best. We want to make sure elections has enough time to figure this into their ballots. So
Indeed, and I've reached out to Jennifer Locke. She knows this is forthcoming, and I assured her that we'd make sure that we're communicating with her as timelines, and of course with Council Braden and Danielle giving us guidance on those statutory deadlines and other things that we need to meet. So I'll make sure that those things happen timely.
okay, thank you.
So with that said, I'd like to just turn over to Taryn, and I've printed the information that Taryn's going to be rolling because I know you're going to get sore necks trying to look over your left shoulders. So, Taryn, please have it.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick, and thank you, Commissioners. Good afternoon. I'm pleased to be working with you on public outreach for this measure. And today I'd like to get your feedback on the outreach materials we've created to date, including a website, fact sheet, press release, and we also have some draft social media posts to give you a little of that flavor. I'm going to start today with the website, and feel free to interrupt if you have any questions or feedback.
And Taryn, as you boot that up, commissioners before you in this sheet, these frequently asked questions, so you're not trying to read it as we go, they're in printed format for you there.
So you'll see that the website is, as you expected, simple, factual, and to the point. This is strictly an informational outreach campaign, so it's pretty black and white here. The home page has information on the purpose and goals of the bond, along with the impact on property owners and information on the voting dates and how to vote. So I'll kind of scroll through this slowly so that you can see what we have here. And feel free to chime in if I'm going too fast or too slow. So this is the home page, and it just has a lot of basic information for it. The real meat on this website is on the frequently asked questions page, and you have a printed copy of that before you. These frequently asked questions are meant to be added and updated as any questions arise. So this is a very much a living document here. This is also going to be a great tool for each of you and anyone who is fielding phone calls or emails from the public or media. You'll see we have quite a few different questions here addressing everything from concerns about traffic and congestion to the goals and benefits of the bond, and how the funding will be used, who will oversee the process. So there's an awful lot of information on this page. We have a news page, which everything is password protected right now, so let me log in there. Well, it's not letting me pull up the password protected news page at the moment here, but the only thing that is on the news page right now is the news release, which we'll be reviewing here shortly. My thought is that we keep the news page simply to official press releases and announcements related to the measure. And then lastly, we have a contact page here. All of the emails will be directed to this email here, kcosbond@kcgov.us. Right now, there are 3 of us getting copied on those emails, myself and Nick and Jonathan from your office. The phone number, of course, directs to the Commissioner's office. And this will be a good way for us to monitor the types of questions that people have, anything we may not have covered in the frequently asked questions. We also have information here and links to the social media pages. So we'll be reviewing that shortly. We are planning to use Facebook and Instagram as part of our community outreach. But before I move on, I wanted to ask if anybody had questions or comments about the website.
Questions? None, thank you.
Okay, great. All right, so I am going to move on. So you'll see here we have a press release that we have put together, and this is prepared and ready to go whenever you tell me that we're ready to distribute it, or sooner if needed. And this is just a real overview of the bond measure.
So I think,
And you should have a copy of that in front of you.
yes, so Taryn, I think we're going to dispense with individual commissioner comments. Nick, did you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioner Nick Snyder again. With Danielle on the phone, Danielle was kind enough to take some time to communicate her thoughts on personalized quotes in the actual press release. She thought that would be better on individual commissioner press release, so we don't have any confusion as to what's official county versus individual elected official comments. So Taryn, I just received that email from Danielle just about an hour ago, so I'll follow up with you on that. So we'll make sure that those are scrubbed.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I just made a note of that as well. Okay, anything else in regards to the press release? Okay. So in addition to the press release, we've prepared we call this the Fast Facts flyer, and this is just really a boiled down version of the frequently asked questions. This is something that we can print off and have available at your office, also at any public meetings, speaking events. Down the road, if we decide to do a postcard or mailer to voters, this can also be reformatted into something that we can easily mail out. Any questions on this one?
No.
Okay. Okay. And lastly, I have a draft. This would be what I envision as an initial social media post. Just an overview of the bond and some of the frequently asked questions. And then directing individuals to the website for more information. For social media, the majority of information I would pull directly from the frequently asked questions, and I would also be pulling from the frequently asked questions to respond to any questions or comments on that page. We will be monitoring the comments. We may also supplement the content on social media with maps and graphics that illustrate the growth in the county and the amount of remaining open space. And I would suggest we make these social media platforms live at the same time we make the website live and distribute the press release.
Makes sense.
All right.
That is what I have for visuals. I stand for any questions or comments.
Okay. Questions for Terry? No? No questions?
Taryn, just one thing real quick. Pat Braden, Civil Deputy Prosecutor. On page 3, under the paragraph, what is a bond? It says, the last sentence says, the bond must be authorized by a vote of 2/3 of the qualified electors of Kootenai County. And I would just suggest that we add wording to the effect of voting on the bond issue at the November 7th, I think, or 8th, 2023 election, just to avoid confusion.
Okay.
That way people don't think that, it requires a vote of 2/3 of every single qualified elector in Kootenai County.
Okay.
That was the only thing I saw.
Okay, great. Made a note of that. Okay.
And just to clarify on the press release, I thought the way that was put was fine.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But excellent job though on all of these.
No surprise there.
Right.
So, thoughts? Are you good with the messaging? Is there changes?
I have a couple little edits I could give to you afterwards. But the one other thing I would suggest including is a QR code.
Oh,
Yeah.
great idea.
That way,
Okay.
people can go right to the website. It's just an easier way.
It's a great idea.
Okay. Beautiful. That's really easy to add, so I'll make sure I add that to all the materials as well.
And where are your edits? On the... Oh, that's easy. That's it?
Very.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's fine. Bill wants to see his edits, so. All right, anything else? I mean, I'm happy with the messaging. I'm okay to include Commissioner Matari's edits. And obviously,
Looks fine.
legal obviously has to get involved and approve all this stuff. So, yeah. Anything else we need to consider?
No.
No commissioners.
Yeah, and unless Danielle comes up with something, I think, obviously I haven't seen Commissioner Matari's edits, but, what was presented with the one comment I did have, I think that's fine.
Okay. All right. Anything further?
Yes, Commissioner, just for clarification, we'll make those edits. I'll speak with Danielle and Pat about ballot language, and I'd like to, in the next, hopefully 3 weeks, of course, I'll touch base with Danielle. She's busy with regard to her schedule. If we can bring all this back before you for really final adoption on the record, I think that's advisable. And then between now and then, if you could think about when you would like to go live, so to speak, or release this, we want to make sure it's at the board's timing, not our timing. So whenever you're ready to release this to the public, we'd be happy to do it. So between now and then, if you could think on when you would like to see that happen, we'll bring it forward for adoption and implementation.
Okay, so if we decide to go live first week of July, that's essentially 5 months.
Indeed.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
4, closer to 4,
Well, July, August, September, October.
beginning of November,
Yeah.
Well, it's 1 week,
4.
so 4. Did I say 5?
You said 5.
Sorry, 4. I was thinking 4.
I just wasn't sure if you wanted 5 months.
Nope. Well, I don't care. I mean,
Okay.
that's totally fine, so.
Well, at that time, when I bring it back, I'll ask the board for an official go date, and we'll go live when you're ready.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for your support. I appreciate it.
Yep,
So
thank you.
no, I don't think we have any, it's just direction at this point, no need for a motion.
Pat?
Right.
Okay. All right, apparently Danielle's done. I will call for public comment. Nothing, no one, anywhere. Okay, thank you, Terrence, so much, appreciate it, good work.
Thank you, Taryn.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you all.
Okay, you have those in your inbox.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Yeah, you have it.